We start this track and it's absolutely ridiculous. It's insane. There's rocks flying everywhere. The corrugations are undrivable. We're just going to turn around. Like, there's no pride in pushing on and absolutely destroying your rig.
But we can't go swimming because there is a crocodile around. Apparently he's been here in the last 7 days. Very special day because we're starting the Savannah Way.
It looks way scarier than it actually is.
Do you not think that Jess is a bit overdressed for a crystal cave?
Hello and welcome back to another video. First, just want to thank you guys for all of the support. We are just loving this YouTube community. So this video you find us at Tornola Park RV site. This one is a free camp, but you do need to book online on the Townsville City Council website. As far as free camps go, this one was a winner. There was a playground for the kiddies, or adults if you wish, plus shelter, seating and a flushing toilet block. Barbecues for public use and all situated right across from where you camp. There's a boat ramp here as well, but you do need to be warned. Just like most places up here in North Queensland, there are crocs. So unfortunately, there's no swimming, even though it sure is tempting with these scorching hot temperatures and beautiful, refreshing looking water. I am of course talking about the snapping handbags, not these stylish crocs that I wear everywhere. We stayed 2 nights at this campsite, just chilling out before heading off to our very next campsite.
Okay, so we've left the last stop and we are now at Hull Heads Recreation Area. I think that's what it's called. It is a stunning day, proper far North Queensland weather, but we can't go swimming because there is a crocodile around. Apparently he's been here in the last 7 days, so we're not going to tempt it. But Jess, why don't we let them know a bit about the sites?
So this site, you unfortunately can't book ahead. There are 3 beautiful sites right on the water. We just missed out on one 20 minutes too late, but that's okay because we're only next door to it and we can of course walk down to the beach. I was just sitting on the sand before, but I was kind of freaked out about the sign of the crocodile, so I've come back and I'm just gonna lay in the sun in front of the van. A lot safer.
Yeah, I think so.
We did also forget to mention it's $23 a night. You just pay the caretaker at the volunteer Coast Guard facility. Assume they live here, but they also kind of manage the campground. And yeah, it's set on WikiCamp so it can take 25 vans. There's this area that we're in and there's also another one behind us that's just grassy, but obviously the one with the water view would be prime real estate.
By this point, we were dying for a swim, so we headed to Josephine Falls. After a short walk from the car park through the rainforest, you'll find yourself at the beautiful natural falls. If you've seen this one on social media, you'll know there is a natural rock slide which was so much fun. You could easily spend a whole day here. Jess borrowed my shorts, worrying that she'd scrape her bum on the way down.
How's that?
It looks way scarier than it actually is. Oh, thanks for lending me your shorts.
That's okay.
I don't think I would have scraped my butt though.
Next up was the Boulders. This one was super packed even though we were there on a Monday. There are a lot of tour bus groups that take you from swimming hole to swimming hole, so it can get quite busy. The first place you walk down to is knee to waist deep water, so we headed off to find the boulders.
We We are in Cairns. We're officially the highest that we're going before we start heading inland. So we've officially completed one side of our lap, which is exciting because we've only been on the road for 1 month. So we've achieved a lot in a month, but it feels like we've been on the road for 3 or 4, I reckon.
Yeah, and probably worth saying we wanted to get away from the cold weather and rain, so that's why we've shot up the east coast and hung around here.
Yeah, we definitely could have stopped a little more along the way, but we were keen to just head up to the top end. And now that we're here, we're excited that we are going to take the Savannah Way in a couple of days. That's a trek that Josh has never done, which is a rarity these days.
Yeah, and it's going to be a great one. That's the other reason for shooting up the coast, is that there was, there is a weather window before the wet season in the NT, so we want to be in and out, all explored before that hits, otherwise we're going to be stuck there.
So as much as we're winging it, we do have a rough plan, but for now we're in Cairns, and last night we went into town, just explored the night markets, went to dinner, checked out, yeah, just a bit of the city, which was nice, because I don't know how many cities we're going to see from here on in, probably 0.
Yeah, well, yeah, there'll be cities, but they'll be very small.
Tiny town cities. So today we are off to Crystal Cascades. I saw this one online and I'm keen to...
You did not see it online.
Yes, I did.
We drove past the sign for it.
Okay, we drove past the sign, then I looked it up. And it looks really pretty. There's a waterfall and swimming, so I'm excited.
Another gorgeous swimming spot we hit up was Crystal Cascades, where you'll find a waterfall at the very tip, followed by a bunch of swimming spots. We were lucky to visit where we had it mostly to ourselves, apart from a few schools of fish. Whilst in the area, we stayed at Lake Placid Rainforest Retreat, which is a great caravan park, has a handy cafe as well as a pool.
Today is a very special day because we're starting the Savannah Way. That rhymed. It wasn't supposed to. Savannah Way has been on my bucket list of drives for a while now, and it's really cool that we're doing it now with a van in tow. But I'm going to spice it up and make it a bit different. See, the Savannah Way nowadays is a whole lot of sealed roads, and whilst they're very adventurous and very fun, they're just not our style. So we're going to chase a whole lot of dirt along the way. I've got my map out here, and I've got a whole lot of GPS coordinates, and we're going to make this a really interesting drive. I estimate it's going to take around 2 to 3 weeks, so stay tuned.
I'm really excited to head to the Savannah Way. It was a track, is it a track? A route? A route. It was a route that I had never heard of until now, and I've been doing a little bit of research, a little bit of Instagram searching, and it looks like there's some amazing free camps along the way. As much as I have loved coming up the coast, I think we can both agree the caravan park's pretty expensive. I mean, we just paid $57 a night to stay in Cairns, which definitely is worth it. Of course, like when you're in those populated areas and there's a lot to do, it is going to cost you. But I'm excited to do some more free camping, be a little bit more self-sufficient, and yeah, check out some of those nooks and crannies up in the Northern Territory. We are in Atherton at the moment and heading somewhere I'm really excited about, the Crystal Caves. So it was one man's passion. He collected crystals and specimens and fossils from all around the world. He's put them in this little museum in Atherton where it's 300 meters. You can do a self-guided tour and see over 600 specimens, around 600 specimens, something like that. I'm really excited. I love crystals. I have a big collection at home and I didn't bring any in the van for obvious reasons, but they do have something at the end where you can pick a geode and crack it open, and I'm definitely going to do that. So we'll have at least one crystal coming with us in the van after this.
I'll cover my light so you can see me, but do you not think that Jess is a bit overdressed for a crystal cave? Just wondering. She's wearing a full-blown ball dress, I reckon.
How is it?
I want to show you guys one of my favourite features, and you can say what you like about it being electric and it could break and blah blah blah. I don't care. Years of camping, never had an electric awning. Is it not just the greatest thing? You pull up, you put it out, it means you can easily do it for lunch. It's just the best thing ever, and it's got a light in it.
And it's idiot proof because in and out. You can't mess it up.
Out. But that puts it out, goes the opposite way.
I know that.
And then to bring it in, guys, just bring it in, you push this one. And then if you want to put it out, that one. This one here, that's just a light switch.
So if in and out wasn't self-explanatory, Josh has explained it.
Yeah, so in, out. That's the directions. And on the switch, you want me to show them again?
I think the majority of people know what in and out means, but thank you. I'm still wearing my Crystal Caves headband, which you get to take home with you because I am ridiculously hot. But something tells me as we head into the Northern Territory, I'm gonna have to start getting used to being hot and sticky, but that's okay. We have just pulled over at a little rest stop off the side of the road. You could probably hear the road noise as I speak right now. Sorry, hair in my face. You can stay here for 48 hours. We're just going to do a little overnighter because we're just going to continue down the Savannah Way. As for a plan, don't currently have one. Just know that we're following the Savannah Way, which, you know, winging it is sometimes one of the best adventures. So I'm excited for that. But I wanted to show you guys my crystal. Cracked open this little baby. Show you guys in the sun in a second. It's so beautiful. One of the staff members goes through what your crystal is, and mine has all these details. But I just thought it was so cool because I'm the first person in 44 million years, and this geode was formed through, what is it? It says it on here. From a volcano, a bubble was trapped in molten lava, and then when it cooled, silica and other minerals leached into the hollow cavity and lined the inside with crystals, and that's how this one was formed. So cracked it open with their little, I don't even know what it would be called, the thing that cracks open geodes, and it's such a cute little souvenir experience. Like, they give you this little bag, crack a geode bag, and then you leave with your little crystal, and I don't know, it was just such a cool experience. Like, something that I probably, look, let's be real, I probably would have done it at home, but definitely something if you're passing through the Atherton area, something I would recommend doing. It's amazing, and it's just so cool to see, you know, like one man's passion, his travels across the world. You can see crystals from Arkansas, from Brazil, and even a lot from here in Australia. There was one from Tasmania, one from Kalgoorlie. Just a massive, massive collection of crystals, and of course also fossils. So yeah, highly recommend stopping in there. We're in there for about 45-50 minutes, just under an hour. So quick stopover in a nice little town and get to see something pretty cool.
Here, and the Savannah Way keeps coming down here and then obviously cuts west along here. This is a sealed road and that's boring. So I'm thinking, and it's up to you, if we got to Mount Garnet and then cut up a dirt road and then cut west along the Burke Development Road, which I think will be far more pretty looking out the window, but it also means, you know, those campsites where you can just, that aren't really campsites, but you can just pull off because no one cares and you can camp there. Lots of that. No idea of the condition of the road, no idea of the condition of the road that takes us up to it, me that's a better adventure, but your call. I will look a bit more here for some road conditions and stuff, get the Starlink out, and then I think we'll do that because that looks cooler and it takes us through proper golf country.
We have had just about enough of sealed roads for this trip so far, so we are discussing doing the Burke Development Road. Do you want to explain what that is for the people who don't know?
So the Burke Development Road is a alternate route to the Savannah Way. It's much better in my opinion because it's very, very outback, proper golf country, but it comes with a lot of responsibility, I guess. I feel like when this stuff comes up, when it's the outback stuff, I'm the captain and I'm steering the ship, and part of that means keeping Jess safe. This is a road that has no fuel along it. It's been described as Australia's most dangerous road by some publications, and so you're probably thinking, well, that's absolute madness. Why would you do it at all, leave alone with a big caravan? I suppose because that's the absolute true essence of adventure, folks, is probably just going out there and working it out yourself. That's what we want to do, but we don't want to take any silly risks. We certainly don't want to go out there and promote that this is a good idea to you guys when it may not be. So we shall be guinea pigs if we decide to do this, and we will tell you whether it's a good idea or not. In the meantime, we're going to take just about every precaution you can take and hopefully have one hell of a trip along an amazing dirt road. The other thing that does scare me here, other than the lack of fuel, is that from here to here, yeah, you're probably thinking it's only the length of my pinky, but it's actually a long way. There is no camping, apparently. I don't actually know how that's legal. I've heard about these signs being put up. I don't know that they're actually legal signs because right there's the Staten River National Park, and to me, you can camp in a national park all day, every day. So we may take some liberties there. If they're fake signs, I'm not going to listen to them. There's too many farmers out there taking liberties with signs. But if they are real, we will abide by the rules and we'll find somewhere else to camp. So stay tuned.
We'll just continue our discussion.
Yes.
So my biggest concern is the fuel. I really don't want to get stuck in the middle of nowhere with no fuel, only because we are relatively new to towing. We're still kind of working out, I guess, how much fuel it takes to pull this big rig behind another big rig. And we've been doing well so far, I think, fuel economy wise. However,
Oh yeah, what are we getting?
Josh spoke to a man yesterday and all I remember was that we were getting double what he was getting. But we're going to be on dirt roads, we're going to be on corrugations. Apparently you can get lucky with the Burke Development Road if you get there when it's just been graded, which I'm kind of hoping that the travel gods have us in their favour and that's what we're going to find. But I kind of want to prepare for the worst. So if we are going on these dirt roads and we're pulling a big rig, how much fuel are we going to be burning? Are we going to make it to the end? That's my biggest concern.
Yes, so to deal with that, firstly, I have to say there is nothing worse than a concerned Jess, because she will get in your ear and she will just annoy the crap out of you until you make fuel yourself or something like that. So to deal with that, we've got a range of around 800 k's from our long range tank, and then we're going to take on another 40 litres of auxiliary fuel, and that should have us absolutely sorted. I like to run with around a 20% fuel burn buffer, so that's what we're going to do on this road. Hopefully it goes all right. We're getting 19.1 to the 100 towing this. That's an average over the last 5,000 k's, so I'm really happy with that. But lower pressures and on the dirt can increase your fuel usage, but then again we're going to be going a lot slower, which drastically reduces fuel usage. So it's a really suck it and see situation.
My other concern was, I suppose, the potential damage that could happen to the ute or the van. As we've talked about in previous videos, we do have stone guards. We have recently put on some rock tamers, so we're going to avoid any spray back to the rock. I guess I'll explain the reason for those rock tamers is because we were driving on a mud road and Josh noticed a lot of splashback on the van just up the sides, and I guess you can estimate that if the mud's hitting the van, if that instead were rocks, the rocks would be hitting the van, and we definitely don't want to do that to our beautiful vans. We have the rock tamers, we've got the stone guards, the checkered plate paneling, like the van is made for multi-terrain, as it says, so we are pretty confident in it, but it also comes down to user error, and we want to make sure we're going low speeds and that we're going to do our best to not do any actual bad, lasting, expensive damage to the van.
And the other thing that we have that is great peace of mind is we have the ute insured with Club 4x4 insurance. So part of that also includes recovery cover, so we can bump that up for tracks like this, which we will do, and that means that aside from our $1,500 standard recovery cover, we're going to bump it up a little bit more and have a bit more peace of mind with it. So that means that if something does go wrong, mechanical failure or whatever, we can call Club 4x4 and they can sort us out with a recovery off that road. Some recoveries in places like the Canning, I've heard, can run up to $30,000. So it's great peace of mind for us.
So we're just going to spend a little bit more of the morning kind of assessing the risks and also just going over our plan and what we're thinking of doing. I think just another point to put in here is also just to drop the ego. If we start this track and it's absolutely ridiculous, it's insane, there's rocks flying everywhere, the corrugations are undrivable, we're just going to turn around. Like, there's no pride in pushing on and absolutely destroying your rig, you know, putting yourself in danger. It's just not worth it. We want to try because we love adventure. We want a new scenery. We don't just want to take the sealed road, you know. I guess that could be a pun, not a pun. That could be a metaphor for life. You don't just want to take the easy sealed roads. We want to be responsible. That's why we're going over these things now. But if worse comes to worse, we will just turn around. It's just not worth our safety or our stress levels or our vehicle and our caravan.
Yeah, which is our home. So prevention is better than cure, and that's what we're doing. So I'm going to keep going with preventative maintenance. Jess is going to cook up a little bit of stuff for this route, maybe have a look at things we can do, and then we're not really in a rush because we're going to camp just south of Chillago tonight, get our thoughts together. And again, this is probably the only video we'll ever make where we say don't try this at home, but there's nothing online that says anything about caravans, so I think it is our duty now. It'd be remiss if we didn't go out and work it out ourselves. Can you take a caravan down to Burke Development Road?
We will soon find out.
Thanks so much for tuning in to another video, and stay tuned for next episode where we let you know whether we decided to take the Burke Development Road or whether our research took us the safer sealed road. Please don't forget to subscribe to our channel and also like our video and turn on notifications so you never miss an upload.